ancient wisdom and the three core secrets. That afternoon, I stepped into the sanctuary of awareness, a place that preserves precious ancient books containing the knowledge of civilizations from thousands of years ago. I walked over to the familiar table where the master was sitting relaxedly, with a cup of tea and an ancient book. I bowed in greeting and softly asked, "Master, I have heard that ancient texts contain secrets that lead people to unlock their wisdom and flourish in life. What are those secrets? Could you explain them more clearly?" The master cheerfully motioned for me to sit down and have some tea, then leisurely replied, "That is correct, my child. Ancient documents, from spiritual scriptures and philosophy to generational teachings, all contain principles that guide humans to enlightenment. They are not just words, but the crystallization of humanity's profound experiences and awareness over thousands of years." I looked toward the bookcase where the books were neatly arranged, feeling deeply moved but unable to help wondering, "Master, there is so much knowledge. How can I possibly absorb it all?" The master set his teacup down, his eyes full of tolerance. "Knowledge is infinite, but not all of it is necessary. The important thing is that you grasp the core values. There are three secrets. If you understand and apply them, you will find the path to enlightenment and the absolute realization of human life." I listened intently, feeling his words engrave themselves into my mind. "What are those three secrets, Master?" He took a sip of tea and slowly shared. "The first secret, in whatever you do, clarity of image leads to the result. Do you know that everything in life begins with a clear image in the mind? The mental image is the deciding factor in the outcome we will achieve. If you want to reap sweet fruits, you must be clear about the image of what you want to sow. For instance, a farmer who wants a lush rice field must first clearly visualize what that field will look like and how to prepare the soil, seeds, and water. If he is not clear on that image, everything he does will lose its direction. In life, if you want to succeed, you must clearly visualize what you want. A clear mental image is the first step to achieving the result." I asked further, "Master, what if I do not visualize it clearly?" He calmly explained, "Without a clear image, your mind will automatically create vague images, and the results you receive will also be vague. For example, if you want to build a successful career but don't know what that success looks like, you won't know where to start." "Master, but how can I make the image clearer?" He slowly expounded. "That is why ancient knowledge emphasizes the importance of source concepts. A source concept is the root of your thinking about something. When you are clear about the concept, you will be guided in the right direction, and your reality will form accordingly. If the image in your mind is the destination, the source concept is the map leading you there. For example, a nation with a clear source concept of a social model, like socialism, will stay on the right track despite difficulties, because their source concept is clear. In business, successful people create source concepts to lead the market. Luxury brands, for instance, don't just sell products. They create a source concept of class, and people willingly pursue it." Yes, I understand now. So how does this secret relate to daily life? You must understand that a source concept is the power of knowledge. When you possess the source concept of what you do, you not only achieve your reality, but also gain the ability to lead others, even society. I nodded, but hadn't fully grasped it. "Master, could you give me a specific example?" He explained further. "Suppose you want to build a harmonious and happy marriage, but you lack the source concepts regarding love, sex, finances, companionship, and how to care for a relationship. No matter how clearly you visualize it, it will be hard to materialize. But if you accumulate beneficial source concepts, you will know how to turn that image into reality. I felt enlightened, sensing the profundity of his words. I softly asked, "Master, what is the final secret?" The master set his teacup down, his voice deepening for emphasis. "The third secret is the foundation for all secrets, understanding the emptiness of things and the emptiness of the inner self. This is the pinnacle of awareness. You need to understand that external things have no fixed inherent nature. They only become something when given meaning from within our minds." I was slightly confused. "Master, I don't quite understand this part." He gently explained, "Do you remember the story of the pen by Michael Roach? The pen in your hand might be a writing tool, but to a dog it might be a chew toy. When no one is perceiving it, it is nothing at all. This is the emptiness of things. The truth is that all things lack a fixed nature. They have infinite potential, and we assign meaning to them through our mental images." I began to understand, then asked, "Master, what about the emptiness of the inner self?" He looked at me, his eyes full of compassion. Inner emptiness is the state of non-attachment to the layers of human personality and emotions. When you realize the empty nature of everything, you will no longer be bound by negative emotions, suffering, resentment, or ignorance. You will achieve inner freedom and recognize the infinite potential of human beings. It was as if I suddenly woke up. "Master, are these three secrets connected?" He nodded, his voice encouraging. "A clear image helps you define the destination. Clear source concepts are the path leading you there. And when you understand inner emptiness and the emptiness of things, you will maintain clarity, wisdom, and ease on your journey. Or, in other words, you will always keep your inner state balanced and turning towards the light." I felt as if I had just discovered a treasure. "Master, how can I apply these three secrets in life?" He smiled faintly. "Use the three standard frames of reference in the philosophy of root education as your foundation, as your lenses to decode these three secrets in human life. Once you thoroughly comprehend them, your life will completely transform in a beautiful direction." I felt a radiant light in my mind and hoped the master would clarify further. "Yes, Master. Do all books about human life guide people toward these three things?" Looking toward the rows of books, he replied, "Exactly. All the greatest books of humanity revolve around these three secrets. If a document does not help you clarify your image, does not help you build correct source concepts, and does not help you realize the emptiness of things and inner emptiness, then it is merely temporary. It lacks the power to change your life." "Master, to change my life, I start by changing my mental images and building positive source concepts. But how can I attain inner emptiness and understand the emptiness of things?" His eyes grew still, as if gazing into the peace of life itself. He gently replied, "Live with the mindset of appreciation and gratitude. Learn to let go of attachments, have tolerance for others and yourself, and embrace inner peace to receive everything in life, viewing all things with an open heart. When you no longer cling to fixed images in your mind, you will attain inner emptiness and clearly understand the nature of the emptiness of things. That is when you achieve true freedom." He paused, his eyes as if illuminating the future. "These secrets are not just the legacy of civilization, but the light that illuminates all eras. When you live fully, you will see life become rich and full of meaning." A strange resonance stirred within me, a connection between the civilizations of many lifetimes and the philosophy I was following. I spoke up strongly. "Master, I feel the profoundness in your teachings, But observing society, I see that for generations, not many people have been able to decode these secrets to achieve success. The master took another sip of tea, answering unhurriedly. Because it is a precious secret, few know about it. But now we have the philosophy of root education with the 3 standard frames of reference as a foundation, based on 3 perspectives: ethics, religion/belief, and science. These unlock the 3 secrets left by ancient wisdom. His words echoed in my mind, making my heart flutter. I felt grateful for life, grateful for the beautiful things our ancestors left behind for generations, and grateful for the philosophy of root education that I have chosen as my guiding compass. I am grateful for the Master's guidance on the journey to finding my true self and opening the path to holistic enrichment.